So we know we got the big junk expo coming up October 25th, set by Sonoma Strong, Matt Vick and Jojo Vick, which everybody in the industry seems to follow and kind of finds industry through them, which I also was one of those people. So I wanted to know, what are some of the topics you plan on covering at your talk at the Junk Expo?
Basically, I want to, instead of going there and selling a service that I do or anything like that, I want to share my story from, a lot of that we talked about then and really getting into detail about what I did to build that franchise and build and develop these guys into leaders. I want to share my story from beginning to end, you know, in order to inspire others. I'm not trying to go there to sell a service that I have or even to sell my book, or anything like that. I'm going there to tell my story, and that's it. And let them get inspired from that or not get inspired from that. It depends on them and how hungry they are. I'm assuming that everybody that bought tickets to this, that 200 people that bought tickets to that are traveling from different parts of the country to come out to there, they're doing that because they're hungry. They want to learn more. They don't think they know it all. If they thought they know it all, they're not coming here. They're putting aside their egos, going out there to actually learn something, learning from people that are industry leaders. There's a lot of great guys that are and gals that are coming out there, and going to be talking to you about different parts of this industry. And that's great. So I know that everybody there is wanting to learn something. So my goal is to tell them my story and help inspire them, and help them want to create something special with their team, not just have a bunch of helpers and workers working out there, but actually they want to really scale their business, learning from my failures, my successes, and actually utilizing that to help themselves. So, that's my main purpose there.
Who's somebody that you're looking forward to hearing speaking there yourself?
God, there's so many people. I'm looking forward. Like I said, I've spent a lot of time talking to Xavier. He's somebody that's great. Me honestly, I don't. I have never met Denise Sparks. I've seen her in here. The years that she has, she's to me, she's a real inspiration that she's been out there doing that. Being a woman out there in such a dog eat dog, man versus man industry, that she's had such success at this. I'm dying to meet her and listening to her and hearing her story, to be honest.
How important do you think events like the Junk Expo are for networking within the junk removal industry?
It's huge. Any type of networking that you can get for somebody in your own industry, it's not only just learning new things, but learning best practices from each other. Not just having the industry leaders something, because guess what, I'm going to learn a lot from everybody else that's there. Just networking, having a beer, with somebody and just shooting the shit, I'm going to learn something. That networking, something that I've never, even though I've been in this business for almost 12 years, I'm going to learn something from somebody that might have been doing this for 6 months. Sharing those best practices, but actually seeing all these other industry leaders. Like I said, my biggest weakness is marketing. I'm going to learn a shit ton about marketing while I'm there, from people that are doing it at a high level. So to me, that's huge. Everybody has their weakness. When they go there, they have their strengths, their weaknesses. They're going to learn how to grow those weaknesses, and they're going to be able to share their strengths with other people that it might affect as well.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've always learned. I've been in a bunch of different industries, and I always like to learn from the best in the industry. I there's always, it's you summed it up earlier with putting your ego aside and not thinking that you know everything and kind of just learning. I like to find the strengths that people have and then learn those strengths and add it to my arsenal. And that's kind of what I've been trying to do with these interviews I've been holding. I've been hitting up the top guys in the junk industry. And, as I'm speaking to them, I could see right away where their strengths are. And I try to just to learn and incorporate that into myself. And it's not always, a cookie cutter plan. You got to kind of adapt it to your own personality and your own strengths and weaknesses. So definitely something very valuable to learn in this industry. And I think this Junk Expo is just going to be priceless. I think it's definitely, even guys that have been in this 15 years, guys that are in it 10, 12 years like yourself, you could still learn and you're still out there learning. And I think that's very key at being successful and continuing your growth in your own business.